Hi, Yvonne Hiltz here, and welcome to this week's blog. This one is all about how great leaders create leaders. I hear so often from all of the business owners I work with that they're really wanting to harbour and create this incredible team spirit to have more people step up, take ownership, be responsible and accountable for what they're going to do. And when I observe and I look at what's going on, there's sometimes some really obvious wins and answers. Now, one of the ones which I think is such an undervalued but an incredibly powerful strategy is to listen to every idea. Now, sometimes I say that to my clients and like, oh, come on, Yvonne, some of the ideas that we get, really? I don't think that's a great idea, or maybe it could be developed. I said, yeah, but listen to this. How often when you're coming up through your career, which I know I've been, doing business and certainly been around the block for a while, how often did you bring a great idea to the table and it got played down or ignored? Now, some of us might have more resilience where we keep going and going and going like an energizer battery until our idea gets heard. But for many people, that's not actually the case. It's a little bit like they might give an idea and if it doesn't get listened to, I'm not saying it gets picked up, talk about getting listened, they might go, all right, I might try one more time. Or they'll go, I'm not really being heard, maybe I'll just fly under the radar and I'll leave it for somebody else to give some great ideas. And it's almost like what happens is we're blowing out the flame inside of them, a little bit like blowing out the flame of a candle, and therefore it can be very difficult to reignite. So here's what I propose to you. Listen to all ideas, no matter how big, small, what you might think is crazy, doesn't matter. Because behind every average idea, guarantee there's another one coming through that's going to get better and better. And if you can encourage your team to share ideas, and go, let's look at how we could implement or what could we workshop to make that look better, the innovation that will come out of your team will be phenomenal. They will then feel valued, their contribution matters. If they're enjoying the environment and that they're allowed to really speak up and share some great ideas, very likely they're not going to move on either. Very likely they're also going to be a better performer because they're feeling valued and part of a team. And again, it's not saying you have to run every idea, but listen to every idea. And if your goal and purpose is to build a really great team, you want them to feel and be encouraged to share great ideas, learn from their mistakes, fail fast, bounce forward. And they're going to do that when they're feeling that their voice is being heard. And what you'll also do as a byproduct is actually create more leaders in your business, which is going to really allow you to excel and get to the next levels of growth in your organization. Because instead of having passengers or people just dragging along in your organization, which you're having to manage as such, which is often what I hear, instead you've got this really dynamic team who's prepared to take risks, give it a go, learn fast, and be able to contribute in ways that maybe you didn't even think was possible. So remember, great leaders create leaders. What are you doing today to create more leaders?